If you sailed the Caribbean today, you'd find turquoise waters, sandy beaches, and luxury resorts. But rewind 300 years, and those same seas were a battleground of chaos and greed. This was the Golden Age of Piracy, a time when black flags snapped in the wind, cannons roared, and outlaws like Blackbeard and Anne Bonny turned the oceans into their playground. From the sunlit ports of Nassau to the stormy coasts of Madagascar, pirates didn't just steal gold, they challenged empires, lived free, and left tales that echo in every skull and crossbones flag we see today. How did a ragtag band of sailors become the terror of the seas? And why did their reign end in blood and betrayal? This is the history of the pirate age. The roots of piracy stretch back centuries. Roman galleys chased sea raiders, and Viking longships plundered Europe's shores. But the Golden Age began in the late 1600s. Born from the clash of colonial empires, Spain had spent the 1500s hauling silver and gold from the Americas, filling galleons that lumbered back to Europe. England, France, and the Netherlands, late to the game, wanted a piece of the action. They couldn't match Spain's might head-on, so they turned to privateers, legal pirates with royal commissions to attack enemy ships. Men like Sir Francis Drake raided Spanish fleets in the 1570s, earning knighthoods and fortunes. But when peace treaties rolled out, like the 1670 Treaty of Madrid, these privateers were cut loose, jobless, armed, and hungry for more. The spark ignited in the Caribbean, a hotbed of trade and tension. By the 1650s, European powers had carved up the region. Spain held Cuba and Hispaniola. England claimed Jamaica. France had Tortuga. Sugar plantations boomed, and merchant ships crisscrossed the Atlantic, fat with rum, tobacco, and slaves. Navies couldn't patrol every cove, leaving gaps for the desperate and daring. Many early pirates were ex-sailors or runaway slaves, fed up with brutal ship captains or colonial whips. They stole small boats, banded together, and hit soft targets, unarmed traders or coastal towns. A single haul could net more wealth than a sailor's lifetime wages, and word spread fast. The pirate age hit its stride after 1690, fueled by a perfect storm. The War of the Spanish Succession, 1701 to 1714, saw England and France hire privateers again, only to dump them when peace came. Thousands of battle-hardened men flooded ports like Port Royal, Jamaica, a lawless den dubbed the wickedest city on earth. Here, piracy went from survival to a way of life. Take Benjamin Hornigold. In 1713, he seized a sloop, recruited a crew, and began raiding French ships off the Bahamas. His protege, Edward Teach, soon known as Blackbeard, joined him, learning the trade. By 1717, they'd turned Nassau into a pirate republic, a haven where no king ruled, and rum flowed like water. At its peak, from 1716 to 1720, piracy was a global menace. Pirates didn't just haunt the Caribbean. They struck Africa's slave coast, Madagascar's trade routes, and even North America's eastern seaboard. Blackbeard became the era's icon, a towering figure with a beard braided with lit fuses, commanding his ship, Queen Anne's Revenge. In 1718, he blockaded Charleston, South Carolina, holding the city hostage for medical supplies, a stunt that made him a legend. Meanwhile, Calico Jack Rackham flew the Jolly Roger, a skull with crossed swords, alongside Anne Bonny and Mary Red, two women who fought as fiercely as any man. Their crews lived by a code: equal shares of loot, elected captains, and no mercy for resistance. The loot was staggering. In 1717, Sam Bellamy's Whydah captured a ship with gold worth $20 million today, only to sink off Cape Cod. Its wreck still spills coins for modern divers. Henry Every, decades earlier in 1695, hit the jackpot. He ambushed an Indian Mughal fleet in the Red Sea, looting gems and silks worth $100 million in today's dollars, then vanished into legend. Pirates spent wildly. Taverns overflowed, and governors took bribes to look the other way. But their freedom came at a cost. Empires wouldn't tolerate the threat forever. The crackdown began in 1718. Britain, losing millions to piracy, unleashed its Royal Navy. Governor Woodes Rogers sailed to Nassau with a king's pardon: surrender or die. Many took the deal, but holdouts like Blackbeard fought on. That November, off North Carolina's Ocracoke Island, Lieutenant Robert Maynard ambushed him. In a savage battle, Blackbeard took 5 bullets and 20 sword cuts before falling. His head was hung from Maynard's ship as a trophy. The same year, Rackham's crew was caught drunk off Jamaica. He hanged, but Bonnie and Red escaped the noose by claiming pregnancy. By 1720, pirate strongholds crumbled. Port Royal sank in a 1692 earthquake, and Nassau bowed to British rule. The end came swiftly. Between 1720 and 1730, naval patrols and gallows thinned the ranks. Over 400 pirates swung in public executions: Gibbs, Kidd, Stede Bonnet. Their bodies tarred and caged as warnings. Colonial governors, once corrupt, now enforced order as trade stabilized. The last gasps faded by 1730, though stragglers like Bartholomew Roberts, who took 400 ships before dying in 1722, kept the flame alive briefly. The Golden Age drowned in its own excess, too bold, too reckless to last. Yet piracy's ghost never faded. Buried treasure maps, like Kidd's rumored hoard, still spark hunts. Hollywood gave us Jack Sparrow, but the real pirates, flawed, fierce, free, shaped a mythos of rebellion. Their ships lie in wrecks, from the Whydah to Queen Anne's Revenge, whispering of a time when the seas ran red with defiance. The pirate age wasn't just a crime spree. It was a middle finger to empires, a dream of liberty bought with blood and gold, and a story we can't stop telling.